Hey everybody, Pastor Peter here. Just thought I'd give you a quick review on something that I watched just recently, as well as a pro tip. Today is Pi Day, so happy Pi Day. If you like pizza, there's a guy named Matt Granite on YouTube. He's called The Deal Guy, I think, and he has a whole bunch of deals on where you can get cheap pizza today on Pi Day. So that's a pro tip for you. Now, that aside, I watched something just recently on Amazon Prime. It's called, let me get to it real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, my fingerprint's not reading here. The movie is called Paul the Apostle. If you have a chance, watch this movie. Most of us know the story of Paul already, but most of us don't see it as a three-dimensional character, or Paul as a three-dimensional character, because a lot of times we just read him off the books and off the pages, and it's left to our own imagination, and sometimes we don't think beyond the pages. This movie, what it allowed for me was it allowed me to see beyond the pages, to understand Paul perhaps in a different light according to someone else's interpretation. Now, we see interpretation done in many different ways in books, but something about movies that I really do like. If a picture paints 1,000 words, then how many words does 1,000 pictures paint? And that's the concept behind a movie. I was able to see a few things more deeply. I was able to see Paul's reasons for being single in his context, which is made a little bit, more vivid for me rather than just reading and understanding the cultural history. Paul's dedication was amazing to watch through this movie. So if anything, if you're studying the book of Paul, books that Paul wrote, or the letters that Paul has written, or the book of Acts, I really highly suggest you watch this video, because it's really that good in the sense of impacting someone. For me, personal impact was seeing how dedicated Paul was and so focused. And it puts me to shame in a sense that, I'm not as focused as him. And maybe God's called me to something different. However, one of the things that came to me as my senior pastor told me I had to write an article for the Easter magazine was that Jesus Christ died on the cross. Duh, it's Easter. However, Jesus died on the cross has to be for a better reason than for me just to sit at church on a nice comfortable pew to hear a guy rant and rave for half an hour. And I think that's the case for a lot of us. And watching this movie made me think a little bit more about calling, about what God has called us to. And Paul caught it. And the question for us is, how many of us have truly caught what it means to follow Christ? Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. We seek first our kingdom and ask him to bless us and bless all the things that we want to add for ourselves. And so I think we have it reversed sometimes. When watching a movie like this convicted me that sometimes I do need to put away my desires, my family, my desires for my family, the things that I would like to see that I could have or I could accomplish, but to really seek God first and be willing to go all the way to the end, no matter the price, the suffering, the pain. If God were to take everything away, would I still worship him? I think that's the bottom line, because God took everything away for Paul, and he suffered to the end. So something for us to think about. So happy Easter, that's coming soon. Happy Pi Day. Have a great Wednesday. And I will be recording videos like this here and there, just so you could hear things from my perspective, just in case you want to hear. Alrighty, have a great Wednesday. Talk to you soon. Bye.